Hello and welcome back to another episode of Spirit of Creating. And today's episode, I wanted to talk about the power of the ordinary. We can find the concept of the extraordinary quite alluring because it holds the promise of something outside of the norm. It's special, it happens occasionally, and then we get hypnotized by its promises. And when it comes to our creative processes, we want to be in the vicinity of the extraordinary. But this can be an illusory pursuit because the very nature of the term extraordinary means it can't happen in the everyday. It doesn't reside in the normal, and therefore it's elusive and sporadic. And that's literally the opposite of what we want our creative practice to be. So the power doesn't lie in the pursuit of the extraordinary, it lies in the collaboration of the ordinary. And when we can normalize the creative process and incorporate it into our everyday normal lives, then extraordinary things can happen. We may find that we've begun creating on a more regular basis, we're developing our skills and our artworks, whatever form that might take. It's through the acceptance and placing our art and our creative journeys into everyday settings that this can be accomplished. And like within the world of art, and its creative process, there's a lot of mysticism and awe about where this creative inspiration arises and how it comes to be. And although I really believe there is a mystical and magical alchemy that takes place where ideas are created and then made manifest through art, I also believe that we lose out on actively engaging with this artistic process when we dwell on this idea of it being otherworldly. Because I believe that this can create an onus on us as artists who then feel that we need to be extraordinary before we can even start creating. We put creating art and its process on a pedestal and then we can't always reach it. When it should be with us alchemizing our everyday lives. And that's where the power exists. Because when we make anything normal, we grant ourselves access to it and we drop barriers. And I get that the term ordinary sounds boring and it doesn't sound creative, but it's in those moments of every day that our lives get created. And if you can engage with your art on a daily basis, then you're practicing your skill set regularly and you're normalizing so many things that are in essence extraordinary. And so our bodies are like a prime example. We brush our teeth, we feed ourselves, and then all the while, our bodies are doing an amazing job of breathing us, living us, digesting. And we bring taking care of our bodies into our normal everyday lives. We make it really routine. We don't wait for inspiration to strike before we brush our teeth. And because of that, we get to live in our bodies. They're vessels for us to move in this world because we've made taking care of them so normal. And so when we do and apply that same system to our art, then poems get written, books get penned, art gets made. And we kind of take the romanticized version of creating art out of the picture, but we replace it with an active engagement with our art. And then we create from that space. And it's from this ordinary creation and this ordinary activity where art gets created. And it's from this repetitive notion that we create bodies of work where extraordinary things can come to pass. So if you have any questions about this episode, or you want to discuss it further, you can drop me a message on Instagram, or you can email me at illustratingrain@gmail.com, and I'll be back again next week.